RVBN, the Rich Video Blog Network, home to weekly NFL predictions, great personality profiles, great professional wrestling video blogs, great sports video blogs, great NBTA video blogs, great top 10 list of everything and anything, and a whole lot more. Collection of my work goes back to June of 2014 on various social media websites. RVBN, the only video blog on the internet that matters. Time now is 8:33 in the evening, Billerica, Massachusetts, on Friday, April 28, 2017. 72 degrees out right now. It's dark, and it's going to go down into 50s tonight. Tomorrow it's going to be 81, 82 degrees. Taste of summer, but Sunday back down to 50. And average temperatures for the first week of May, which is pretty good. Some news to report on the RVBN Newswire. Detroit put in a bid to host the NBA All-Star Game in 2020 or 2021 at the Little Caesars Arena, which will be moving to next year with the Detroit Red Wings. Also, Maine has voted to go into the Atlantic time zone, and they'll go into the Atlantic time zone if New Hampshire and Massachusetts decide to follow them. I wouldn't be surprised if all 6 New England states go into the Atlantic time zone, because it would be pretty good. And ESPN has released Mark Stein, its senior NBA writer from contract. More and more names are being added to ESPN, who's going to be eliminated. About 100 names. And they'll be saying this will be yearly layoffs for ESPN. I hope they never, ever lay off Michelle Beadle, because she's rocks and she's got the best legs in ESPN, and her legs rank right up there with Julie Breton and Molly Rosenblunt. And that's about it on the news from the RVBN Newswire. Be back in a flash with my third and final video blog subject of the night. Tomorrow on RVBN, 3 or 4 video blogs. There'll be an extra one if all of the NBA series end tonight, so I could do round 2 of a special playoff preview. That's the 4th video blog if the all NBA series end tonight for like the first round. If not, these 3 video blogs will be tomorrow. The top 10 best Canadian Americans of all time. Second video blog of the day will be about Ravens nest/flock. And the third and final video blog of the night will be about David Letterman's talk show he had around 1980, daytime on NBC. It should be interesting. RVBN, the only video blog that matters. Time now is 8:36 in the afternoon, Billerica, Massachusetts. I am back. My third and final video blog subject of the night is about the WWE house show card from the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. This took place on December 30th, 1988. The main event was for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. It was Bad News Brown facing off against the champion Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh yeah, dig it. And other exciting matches. It was televised live on the MSG network with Rod Trongard calling the play-by-play, and Lord Alfred Hayes and Hillbilly Jim, who replaced superstar Billy Graham, who was fired a couple of days after this house show because he stunk as an announcer. And here's the matches that happened on this card. The first match was the Red Rooster facing off against the Blue Blazer, Owen Hart. And this was a classic 20-minute match. It was back and forth, back and forth. The time limit had expired, so both Blue Blazer and Red Rooster was crazy gimmicks in WWE in 1988 and 1989. The next match was Coco Beware. Do the bird, bird, bird. Do the bird, bird. Facing off against Mr. Perfect. And this was a total squash match. Mr. Perfect puts Coco in the Perfect Plex. And he pins him 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring, building up Mr. Perfect as a top heel in the WWE at this time. The next match was the Bolsheviks, Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik, facing off against the Bushwhackers, Luke and Butch. Whoa, yeah! Cousin Luke! Cousin Butch! This was the Bushwhackers' debut at the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. And this was a fun little tag team match, kind of a comedy tag team match. Ending had Boris Zubkov accidentally clothesline Nikolai Volkov. Nikolai Volkov goes to the arena floor, and the Bushwhackers to the battery ram, and Luke pins Boris 1, 2, 3, and the crowd goes wild, and the Bushwhackers lick the fans. They were famous for doing that. They were the sheep herders in other territories as vicious heels, but when they came to the WWE, they became a comedy babyface team. They made a lot of money doing that gimmick. The next match was a flag match. It was the United States flag against the flag of Quebec. It was Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh, USA! 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 Facing off against Dino Bravo with Frenchie Martin in his corner. I remember, like, Frenchie Martin held a sign called USA is not okay. That was just a gimmick for somebody for Hacksaw Jim Duggan to feud with like a foreigner. And this was a decent flag match. Ending had Frenchie Martin accidentally hit Dino Bravo with the flag of Quebec, and then Hacksaw Jim Duggan grabs the United States flag and he wins the flag match. And he says, USA! USA! Oh, tough guy! Hacksaw Jim Duggan was a mid-card face in the WWE. He never won any titles, but the fans loved him. The next match was Tim Horner, who's making his Madison Square Garden debut, facing off against Barry Horowitz. And this was a back and forth match. Ending had Tim Horner roll up Barry Horowitz for the 1, 2, 3. The next match was for the WWE Tag Team Championship. It was the Powers of Pain, Warlord and Barbarian facing with Mr. Fuji, facing off against Axe and Smash of Demolition. And this was a no disqualification match. And it was mayhem. Both teams were beating each other up. Ending had both Axe and Smash outside the ring. They got counted out because the Warlord and the Barbarian came back in and they won the match, and they were posing with the tag team championship, but they didn't win the tag team titles because they couldn't win on a count out, because this was the count out. It was still count out. Well, it makes no sense, a no disqualification match, and the challengers win by a count out. Does that make sense? Anyway, Demolition comes back and clears the ring of the heels. The next match was Rugged Ronnie Garvin, who was making his Madison Square Garden debut, facing off against Greg the Hammer Valentine. And they had about an 18-minute match. It was an awesome match. Back and forth. Garvin and Valentine had a feud in 1989, which was a kind of an underrated feud. It showed some of Greg Valentine's best matches for him in his later WWE run. He actually retired Ronnie Garvin. Ronnie Garvin became a referee, a reverse Danny Davis, favoring the faces eventually. They had a great submission match at Royal Rumble 1990. And the ending had Valentine roll up Ronnie Garvin to pin him 1, 2, 3, holding tights. And afterwards, Ronnie Garvin got hot at the referee. And then the main event was for the WWE Championship. It was Bad News Brown, the challenger, facing off against, ooh yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage with Miss Elizabeth in his corner. And this was about a 10-minute match. At the ending had Bad News Brown go for the power slam, but Randy Savage goes for the reverses to an inside cradle, pins Bad News Brown 1, 2, 3. Afterward, Bad News Brown gets mad and he beats Randy Savage with a trash can before Savage grabs it and runs Bad News out of the ring. And his house show card was a B- because there was some solid matches. Other times were like squashes. That's about it on that. I'll be back tomorrow. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google Plus. And keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Brennan guy. Marley Roosevelt, WCCO, Roxanne has nice legs. Elizabeth Hart, so stunning. She's the best. Amy Sweezy's awesome. Amy. Linda Church of WPIX, Channel 11, New York. Such a rocking cougar. She's got the best legs in New York City, bar none. Barbara Gibbs of ABC 11 has sweet southern accent, best legs in Raleigh, North Carolina. Len Claire, WHH, Channel 7, Boston is so sweet. She got the best legs in Boston. And Lisa Bell of News 6, Orlando, Florida, has the 4th best legs in Orlando, Florida. And in the words of Dr. Thomas Sharkey, former principal of BMHS, this action will not be tolerated. BMHS, good night and